Here another day to live life as it comes with its various forms.
That's why it's great to have you back, Miss. Despite the struggles, hustles, and bustle that comes with each day, make it a habit to take care of you.
And that is true. That's a message to yourself. Write it down. Listen to it every single day if you want. I agree. It's surprising how you are in the mood for rhymes and mini motivations for the start of a Wednesday?
I think you're talking to me, so
it's
yeah,
Wednesday.
actually, yeah. I definitely have to give them now, we have to give them something to live for, to look forward to. because if we don't, who will?
Interesting point there. I agree with you. Touche. No, not touche. Grand. Anyhow, you guys are welcome. Brand new show for you people. And of course, you know what to expect. Only the best, as we've curated just that, just for you. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, of course. And standing bright and stunning in the kitchen, we have
Goldilocks. Sorry, MM.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Mazino,
Wow.
How long are we going to keep up with this?
Well, as long as you've got that on.
Well, unfortunately for you, it's not my fault that you just resumed. I think this shape has already sealed.
Oh, really?
And sunk, yeah.
Okay.
But hey, guys, how are you both doing? Looking beautiful.
Thank you very much.
As always.
Yes, indeed. Oh, you're welcome as well. Now, it's a great way to begin. We have so much coming up shortly for you guys. My name is, of course, Mazino Appeal.
And I am Winfrey Agbrilishe. You can catch the show live on GOTV. You can also find us at Channel 16 and UHF Channel 49.
Yes, indeed. You can also stream the show live if you want. TVCentertainment.tv on YouTube and on Facebook as well. TVC Connect is how to find us.
We also have an app. You can download on both the Android and iOS stores for on-the-go access.
Very easy, very convenient. Take us with you anywhere you want to go. Now, let's begin and tell them what we have coming up for the show, shall we?
So we begin with DIY. And of course, we have Oyi honoring Day of Our Hair. She definitely will be here teaching us how to make diffuser blends with essential oils. And of course, we have the ingredients right there on the screen. And of course, as always, on Wednesdays, we have relationship. And it's definitely going to be a very interesting conversation. So make sure you stick around for that one.
Now, coming right after that, we have Certified Family Life Practitioner. Hang on a second. No, we've got a great performance coming your way. It's going to be Peb. She's going to be giving us one of her fantastic renditions, something you've never heard of. You're going to love this one, so stick around for that performance.
And on the couch for an interesting up-close and personal conversation, we have an actor who has starred in a handful of Nollywood films and, of course, TV shows. The BB Niger housemates Vendora Vanessa Williams. She definitely will be here chatting with us later on.
She looks so good. Welcome, ladies. Wednesday edition. Yes, it is a Wednesday. Sorry, my clock is a bit off because I resumed on a Tuesday, so it's weird. But I have a question for you.
That's the only clock that's off.
See, this our challenge will not stop. Yeah, this is ageism. But in any case, I have a question for you ladies, especially that you're married. Why is it this year, when I'm looking for something and I ask my wife, hey, I can't find it. She's like, it's there. Sometimes we even almost have an argument. And then she comes to that spot.
And it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
What special powers do you guys have? What magic happens when you
We
guys...
have superpowers.
So why can't I find it? And
It's because you guys don't pay attention.
Pay attention to what?
To anything, your surroundings, to anything.
It is so weird that nowadays when she says it's there, I actually go there and I write a thesis on why it is not there, how come I cannot find it, and then now present it to her. It's not there, please read my thesis. And then she just gets up in a huff, goes there, perhaps opens the fridge, and there it is. See.
Yeah, I think it's okay. So my husband always said to me that, especially when I am working, when I'm working with my tailors, he's like, how are you able to tell this person what to do? And even when you call them back, you are aware of what you've told them to do, how to do it. Like, how are you able to keep up with all that, detailing? And I'm like, well, I guess we're just blessed, and we have really strong intuitions as well. And for women, when we keep certain things, or I think it's in our subconscious. I don't know, maybe we've been trained to be that way. I don't know, maybe we've been wired that way. But it's just somewhere, you may not be paying attention to it, but your subconscious has already, has taken track,
As much as I understand what she's saying, to be very honest, I initially thought it was my husband alone. But
it's every husband.
It's every man. It's not every husband. It's every man. I've literally asked men in my surrounding space to find something, and then I'll send a female, and she'll find it. I
got
just think you guys don't pay attention.
I got another one for you. So when I'm seeing a movie, and I say to my wife, hey, come, let's see this movie. and then she wants to perhaps go to the kitchen to check on what she, and I say, let me pause it for you. If she says, no, go
No,
ahead
don't worry,
and
girl.
watch.
She
That makes
catches
me
on.
angry.
She catches on.
Does she?
Because, yes,
No.
she does.
Well, I
Eventually.
don't know whether she does, but my point is, I'm pausing it because it's an expression of love.
Yeah.
And I want us to experience this at the same time.
And she's probably not
But she's
interested
like,
in the movie.
nah.
She's not interested.
But if I do it to you, hey.
No, you must watch it together. But for movies, I think it's the other way around for me. My husband can literally be upstairs. I'll be watching a movie. He'll come and tell me exactly what
really?
the movie is about. But me, if I miss one scene,
Wow.
you have
So
to
he's
go back.
upstairs. That means the TV's on that loud.
Yeah, of course, the TV's probably
Yours are not
on.
working too good. I thought they were really.
Wow.
I guess you missed it. Probably because your clock is off. But okay, no problem.
This will never end.
Now it's one.
And you're welcome for a Wednesday. My name is Mazino Appeal, and this is the news. Now, the Supreme Court has affirmed the victory of Ademola Adeleke in the Osun State governorship election. The Apex Court set aside the appeal by Gboyega Oyetola of the All Progressive Congress challenging the election of Ademola Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party. In its judgment read by Justice Emmanuel Ajim, the court held that the applicant or the appellant failed to adduce enough evidence to prove his allegation of overvoting in the July 16, 2022 governorship poll. The judgment was affirmed and adopted by all 5 members of the panel for lack of merit. The Independent National Electoral Commission had declared Ademola Adeleke winner of the election without more than 400,000 votes to defeat then incumbent Governor Gboyega Oyetola. Up next, President-elect Bola Tinubu has congratulated Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke over his victory at the Supreme Court, urging him to now move quickly to unite the state. The president-elect said that the final court in the land giving the verdict on the Osun governorship tussle all must respect the judgment. Asiwaju Tinubu also condemned the immediate past governor of the state, Gboyega Oyetola, for discharging himself creditably during his first term and for deepening democracy by pursuing his democratic right peacefully to the end. According to him, the apex court in the land has spoken and everyone must obey its verdict, adding it is the right thing to do for democracy and rule of law to continue to thrive in the land. And outside Nigeria, a New York jury says Donald Trump sexually abused and defamed writer E. Jean Carroll in a civil case. But for the former president was cleared of rape over the alleged assault in a department store in July, or rather in 2000, or make that in 1990. Now, the jury awarded the writer almost $5 million in damages for the battery and defamation charges. Trump did not testify, however, but the jury, made up of 6 men and 3 women, they were shown a video where he denied the rape. The claim was brought to trial after New York passed a law that allowed survivors to sue years after their alleged sexual assault. The burden of proof in a civil case is lower than in a criminal trial. Preponderance of evidence rather than beyond a reasonable doubt. Do stay tuned. We've got more for Wake Up Nigeria. Oh, we're here. Welcome.
Yeah.
A little in-house joke here. I'll let you guys in on it after. Guys, so I think I shared the picture with everybody. Don't know if you've seen it. Perhaps you have. A couple went to court for a divorce, for their divorce case. And apparently they were wearing the same thing. In fact, it looked like your little mug in there. That's
the color
like
scheme,
exactly.
right?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
And the judge said to them, I don't think you guys are ready. You guys, I'm seeing the lights here. You guys should go home. In fact, I asked them to even sleep in the same bed until the case was adjourned. And I'm like,
Wow.
what's up with
Imagine
divorces in
being
Nigeria? This is in Nigeria, by the way.
Ordered to sleep in the same bed with
Yeah.
someone you want, as in that is so harsh.
Is it?
It is being ordered by the court.
Then
to
well, maybe
sleep
not
in the
ordered. He
same-
suggested to them.
Okay,
He
suggested, but
perhaps.
anything a judge says is, it's being documented.
It
That
is.
is, but I've heard in the past that many couples, especially in Nigeria, they are asked to go for, I think, over a year, a year to two years
2 years of separation
separation
for the final divorce.
and I find that that's a long time. For it to get really, really bad or really, really good. I don't know.
That's the idea. So basically, by law, right, there are certain criteria that must be fulfilled before you can actually come to court to plead for divorce and all of that. So yeah, I think it's also like part of the conditions,
process.
exactly the process. And of course, more than anything, the things people feel, things people overlook a lot is the fact that the judge literally has discretion to actually do things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might sound funny and interesting, but yeah, I mean,
How
it's
bad can a
still-
case get? You did have a story from before.
Yes, I
about
did.
a nurse, Nigerian nurse outside the country.
Exactly.
What was that again?
So basically, there was a lady that got married to this man. Okay, so basically funded her education to nursing school, sent her to school. She went, had a great results, definitely. Got a really good job, I think, out of the country and all of that. So they literally leaving. And then for first month, she earns her money and it's like, oh, okay, in appreciation, she gives the money to her husband. And say, okay, thank you for everything and everything. So next month, is expecting that. And then when she didn't do that, she demanded for it, and then she did that. So she had to keep on doing that. So she was thinking about it, and at a point she said, had to start lying because she believed she shouldn't be earning money and then giving everything. Do you understand? It was literally feeling like slavery to her. And then she started lying that, oh, I wasn't paid this month. I wasn't paid. Then he found out somehow that, oh, she's been lying. He literally beat her blue black and all of that. So everything, the oppression, literary things like, I made you, I own you, and all of that. And then, of course, it was affecting her mind. When she goes to the office, she literally started making errors. People were asking her, like, what's the problem? Are you sure you don't need leave and all of that? But she was like, oh, no, she needs to work and stuff like that. So eventually, she made a medical error, losing a client. And all of using a patient, losing a patient, and then all like indications pointed to her as being the problem. And of course, her job was on the line. She was literally battling depression at that point and everything. So one day, she literally comes home, acted like everything is okay. She made his favorite dish. They ate and literally consummated their marriage. And over again. And then they found both of them laying dead in an awkward position in bed a few days later.
This feels like a Tyler Perry story.
Yeah, but this was actually real life.
Then seriously.
But this was actually real life.
like
And
a
then
Tyler
really, really sad. So the question here is, I mean, at what point, I mean, people were asking, oh, who was wrong or who was right? And all of that. But then again, at what point could she have left? I mean, we're talking about divorce, right? And all of that could have been a better option. And basically, it's just really sad.
In this kind of situation, I think divorce would have been the better option, other than, committing crime and, killing both of them. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, what she didn't make the situation any better, right? What if kids were involved, right? Then communication is key. We've had relationship experts talk about this endlessly. Yes, did she indulge the behavior from the husband by, giving her first salary, which of course there's absolutely nothing wrong with what she did. She just felt that, okay, as a sign of submission, as a sign of appreciation for what you have done for me, this is what you should have. It's even in the Bible, right? In the Old Testament, where you're supposed to give certain commission, your first salary to your parents, right? But in this case, it was the man that sponsored her education, so it was right. But in the case where she couldn't take it anymore, she could have communicated to him, because in that story, it wasn't established if she did.
Well, I'm sure that would have
Right,
salary
exactly. If it was just that, or it was going to be continuous.
So
then
of course,
again, I felt that over time, you know who your partner is. You should already know how to handle this sort of situation. If it came to the point where she had to share her salary, divided into
Goes
two.
back to communication.
Right? It still goes back.
communication.
Yeah, or maybe
Let's discuss
if
this.
she
It's
didn't
not-
want,
it's
like I
not
said, it
working
also
out for
depends
you.
on who your partner is. If you don't want to communicate that part to him because you feel that he could get, voracious about it, or you don't know what his response would be, then divide the salary. You keep half and then you give him half.
I feel like the conversation should have happened before they even got married. It should have happened when he was
But, Titi,
paying
let's
for
bring it
the
back-
school.
Let's bring it back to the Nigerian instance now, where
Yeah.
this couple, let's just use this as an example, don't take my word for it, where this couple were asked to go back and, perhaps try and make things, it brings to mind how difficult it is in Nigeria to actually get a divorce. Now, I'm not for divorce. I believe that everything should be able, that's a decision you go into and say, it's not for better, for worse. So. But when it is irreparable, the difficulty in the Nigerian setting in trying to get a divorce before things get this bad, is what I'm saying. Do they have that discretion to see that this one is psycho, even if they're wearing the same clothes, make it not go You know, that kind of thing. Is my question, is my query here.
Yeah, as much as I mean, it seems as if the judge just saw them and was like, oh, okay, you know, both of you look too cute together. The anchor is anchoring and all of that. I think definitely there will definitely be different things that have been laid. Do you understand? There's certain these days, for times like this, people go to court for flimsy reasons to get a separation, to get a divorce. Do you understand?
But then,
The funny thing is, it could have actually been a
that's
coincidence.
what I said is.
It got
Could have been a
coincidence about
coincidence.
what?
They came from different places and decided to wear the same outfit. Probably just coincidence.
Or they're just, or they've just reached that point in their relationship where they're like, you know what? I don't think this is happening. I've been thinking so. How about let's just get it? Abi, yeah, now.
Okay, so
it could just be an agreement. What I
yeah.
wear, okay, let me wear the same thing. Just not because you know, but because you know.
Yeah, but then again, when a couple or when a man or a woman, it depends on whoever is suggesting the divorce, gets to that point, right? You have already met with your legal, with a lawyer,
team, yeah.
right? With your legal team or with your lawyer. And then your lawyer actually explains the process to you before that divorce is finally
And number one is don't wear the same thing on that day.
right? So one of which is separation within 2 years. So within the 2 years, your lawyer also takes you through several processes as to which, okay, are you sure you really want to do this with this person? Even at some point, both legal teams from the man and from the woman meets, and then they have that final agreement.
If only that process was applied at the start of marriage.
Yeah,
Like in the case of the nurse now, those discussions would have been had, perhaps with the counseling for couples who are about to get married.
In her case, there was a feeling of hope, especially she felt she couldn't do anything and decided that death was literally the way out.
Drastic.
But then again, that was drastic, and no matter what, I mean, even if it means you going to sleep outside, you'd rather do that than waste 2 lives. That's literally what happened.
Tell us what you think. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We would like to know. Let's take a break now. We've got more coming your way. Do stay tuned.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to the kitchen, guys. With me right here, making her debut on the show is Chef Desla. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
How are you
viewers.
doing?
Fine.
Are you my sister?
Yeah.
Oh. You're welcome.
Thanks.
So, guys, this morning she is making a dikai kong soup. Ha! Ha!
The taste is going to be.
Well done. All right, so please run through the ingredients for our soup.
Okay, we have here vegetable and water leaf.
Okay.
We have a cow skin.
Okay.
We have a fish here. And we have a crayfish, onions, stockfish, and seasoning.
Okay.
And then we also have our protein.
Okay.
I decided to use beef for my protein. You can as well use other things like chicken or goat meat.
Okay.
So I decided to use beef on my own.
Okay. So what about the pepper here?
And the pepper is there also with palm oil.
Okay. So what are we doing to the pepper? Are we blending? Are we chopping?
Yes, we are going to blend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you kindly explain the process for this soup?
Okay.
First of all, what are we having the soup with?
Semo.
Swallow. Yes. Wow. Let's talk about the process for making the soup.
Okay, the first we have to put our protein, which is our beef, in the
Okay.
pot,
Okay.
and then we have to steam it for like, let's say,
A few minutes.
yes, a few
Okay.
minutes, and then we start the cooking process
Okay.
along the line.
All right. Okay, so let me get you a pot that we're using. You just let me know what pot you'd prefer, this
Okay.
one or this one.
No, this.
This one, okay. So let's get that for you. Guys, if you're just tuning in, with me in the kitchen is Chef Desla. And we are making, or well, she is, right? Making a dikaikong. On your screen right there are the ingredients. If you missed out on them earlier on, if you're just joining us. So grab your pen and paper. If you have been making the regular wedu and you just want to, do something more interesting and exciting, Idikakong is it's a good option. It's a great option.
Yes,
Also,
yes.
it is packing on a lot of ingredients, a lot of nutritional
Nutrients.
benefits, right? It's got a lot of nutrients, vitamins that your body needs, to keep being healthy. right? I mean, the ugu itself is a lot. We have, most importantly, they also have nutrients that help to boost your immune system,
yeah.
Right? And then you have your water leaf as well that is good for the blood.
Blood, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it basically just also helps to take away some of those toxins that are lurking around somewhere in your body that you need to get rid of. Well, that's what the vegetables are going to do for you. And vegetables are healthy, guys. They also help with digestion.
Yes.
Yeah, for those of us that have been dealing with constipation forever. That's why I'm so excited about this meal, because of the vegetables. So we're going to begin cooking in a bit. So you said we're going to start with our meats, right?
Yes, so we have to put our meat in.
So I'm just going to, let's wait for this to pick up, okay? So now that this is wood, so what are we using to season our meat?
This is our seasoning.
Okay. So what are we using to season?
We use onions here.
Okay.
We use our seasoning.
Okay.
And that's all.
For
And the
meat.
pepper.
And
yes.
the pepper for
yes.
the beef, okay.
Yes.
I see that you're using this roasted catfish.
Yes, catfish.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a certain flavor that,
Yes, that comes
it
with
gives,
it,
yes,
yes.
that it gives to your meal.
Yes.
Love it. I mean, I can't wait for this to be ready. So now that our pot is hot, do we put in our meat in
Yes.
there? Okay.
The meat goes in
Okay.
first.
And then what's next?
Our onions.
Onions.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you need?
Spoon.
Okay, don't worry, I'm here to assist you. Just tell me what you need, and I am at your service.
Here.
Yes, guys, this is Chef Dessler once again, and we are making edikaikong. So right now she is steaming and seasoning our beef, which is the protein we're using for our soup this morning. So I imagine that this soup is going to be swimming in a lot of palm oil. Huh?
Yes.
Because that's the best way to enjoy your edikaikong,
yes.
right? A lot of palm oil, so that when you're eating it, you're packing it in, all those nutrients, fish.
Yes.
Just eating everything. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we are getting things ready here in the kitchen. We are seasoning up our beef, and things are coming on really nicely. Well done, Chef Dessler. Well, we'll have to head over to the couch for our newspaper review with Mazuno and Winfrey.
You're welcome. It's time for the headlines, and of course today we're going to be taking a look at The Punch, The Nation, The Guardian, and The Daily Trust. And of course we have with us someone very, very interesting that's going to be joining us in the papers today.
Yes, of course. She is a legal practitioner and a social commentator. We have Toyin Taiwo Ojo. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria again, because you are quickly becoming family. Yes, we see you. So, what are we starting with?
Okay, so we're starting with The Guardian newspaper this morning, and amongst many other topics, many other headlines is this one. Amidst 168% tariff hike in 8 years, Nigerians pay premium for unavailable electricity. Now, Tony, this is something that we have always been moaning about, electricity tariffs going up, but power that we receive absolutely zero. Personally, I don't even know when there's power anymore. I don't even consider power. But what's your take on this headline here?
Well, I really think it's selfish of the government to keep on increasing the tariffs without commensurate power supply. You see, without power supply, a country is almost comatose. The economy of a country is almost comatose, because with power, that is small-scale businesses, medium-scale businesses, and even the large-scale businesses, that is the only way they can grow and thrive. You notice that the price of goods in the market, it's so high. When you ask manufacturers, they tell you they pay so much to generate power by themselves, using diesel and petrol. So I think the government should, really look into this, and for me, I feel it would be very fair if they cause a reversal of this hike. It's unnecessary at this point in time. Also, especially when you look at the economic, travels that people are going through, especially in this period. It's very, very unkind and selfish.
When we look at that, and then we now also add to the fact that there is talks of the removal of subsidy, how that's going to impact our buying of petrol for our generators, how does that play in?
Now we have inflation. I think by the time the removal of the subsidy and all the increment that's attendance comes in, we'll have what we call galloping inflation.
Yes.
And that will spell, a great problem for the economy. So I think the government should look into it.
Yeah, and of course, staring at the generator there, I think the
Yeah, that-
image
that-
just
that sends-
also sends it home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So now I'm scrolling up at the Punch newspaper. There we have an image there of like final victory. Right, Buhari Tinubu congratulates Adeleke supporters and they jubilate. So I mean, this case has been in court for a while, and now the verdict is out, and then of course the Supreme Court declares Adeleke the winner with over 400,000 votes ahead. So now, what would you have to say about that, the process, the controversies, and anything that happened up to this victory point?
Well, for me, I feel that we have to also do a lot, to look at the length and duration of election petitions in the country. I feel the duration, the time for it to get final judgment is always very long. Remember that these people are voted into power, to do a certain work. And with them, concentrating on going to the to the tribunals, it's going to distract them from the business of governance. So I feel that we should shorten the number of time. I can't remember the particular country that was mentioned in Africa. Within 17 days, they had finished everything about petitions at the tribunal. I think it's something worth emulating. And then, for me, I'm from Osun State, incidentally, and yes, I find that my people, this is a popular candidate. And they were actually jubilating. I saw pictures, I saw videos, people jubilating that, oh, finally their choice, was given the mandate. So I think it's a good one for Osun State. And even with the little time that, the case has been in the tribunal and he has been the sitting governor, people have testified of the good works, he has done so far. So I think it's a good one, and we pray that he is able to do more.
I'm still going to take a look at the Punch newspaper on this headline here. The tribunal to consider PDP and LP's live broadcast request. Broadcasting proceedings live is of national importance. That's what Atiku's legal team is saying. And the LP, that's the Labour Party, are also insisting. And Justice Samani promises speedy treatment of demand. APC vows appropriate response. Now, regarding the live broadcast, of what essence is that? And is that really relevant?
Well, it's unprecedented in the history of this country. We've never had a live broadcast of any tribunal sitting, especially presidential. But it comes to the rights of citizens. Well, a court is a public place, and the sittings, the processes in the court is also of public nature. So if the two parties are requesting for a public, for a live, broadcast of it, I think it's not far-fetched. But I also wonder, to what extent, what are they aiming at? Do you understand? Because whatever the outcome of the tribunal is going to be, it's going to be public, it's going to be made public, and anybody who wants, using the FOI,
Okay.
the Freedom of Information Bill, anybody who wants a public, who wants the transcription can always get one. So I really do not understand what the two parties aim to get, but it is within their rights to request for it.
Okay. A couple of headlines from inside of the Daily Trust. One is Tribunal hears Obi's motion today. Articles on Tinubu's citizenship tomorrow. However, there is this very interesting one here. Crude oil theft in Nigeria. FG demands 7 billion naira before vessel release. Crude oil theft is something that we've always... It's kind of like...
Hungry.
I don't know what you call it now. Whether it's our biggest... It's our MO. It's coming from you. But we've seen governance change hands over the years, but that still remains a persistent problem in the country. Do you think that, especially perhaps maybe with the coming state, would we have any redress to this at all? Do you think?
Well, I feel that crude oil theft is not a job for small boys. Not small boys in quotes. It's a big business, and those who are involved are big. the international syndicates. And over the years, like you have rightly said, you know, the government seems not to have found a remedy for it. And that's because, for me, I feel there's no political will. You understand me? Because one, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Police, they are all within the control of the government. So why are we still having it? I listened to a naval officer one time saying that there was a particular machine bought during the Yaradua period, and that I don't know what it is, but that it records every oil that is
Every litter, everything is
pumped out of the wells in Nigeria, and that there's no way it can be stolen without the connivance of those in the corporations, in the, you know. So for me, it still depends on the government. The government is willing to fight for it. Let a crack team, you know, specifically men and women who have proven integrity, who are ready to really fight for this country, because the truth remains that this country is we're a mono economy. We're really based on oil. And then if we allow people to just come in, you know, saz into the country, pick whatever they want to pick, how do we have enough, you know, to offset our own internal debts?
Yeah.
That's a longer conversation that we can't have right now, because there's so much that really needs to be unpacked when it comes to this conversation. So we really hope that perhaps maybe next time, and we have this headline, I'm going to have a series of questions that I'm going to be asking so that you can put it out for us there. Thank you very much, Toyin.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that you joined us this morning. We're hoping that you've, well, taken a few from the headlines that we had up for discussion today. If you have any comments, do send it in. The hashtag again is Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. I'm just coming back from leave, sorry.
Wow, wake up, as you know.
I will. We'll be back. Do stay tuned.
Welcome to the kitchen. With me is Chef Desla. And this morning, she's making a dikai kong soup. Yeah. I just had to do that. Okay, you know what? Run through the ingredients for our soup.
So we have here onions. Like me, I take a lot of onions.
Oh, I
so
do take a
don't
lot
know.
of
Yes,
onions.
Yes,
Plus,
because it's
it
very
also
good.
gives your food that extra flavor. So that way you're not
Yes.
using so much seasoning cubes.
Yes, no. So we have here a stockfish.
Okay.
We have a cow skin, and then we have dry catfish, and crayfish, pepper, and the palm oil.
Okay.
So in this edikan kong, the palm oil have to be very rich so that soup will come out.
Yes, so that we have that rich, you know, look.
Yeah.
You know.
And our meat is tender now. So we are going to add our stockfish.
All right. So how long are we going to leave the stockfish?
Just a few minutes.
Okay. Put in our bomo.
And then our cow skin bomo.
I think, so just like Afang,
Yes.
your edikai kong is not complete without bomo
Yes.
in it. Not like he does anything, but just
fulfill
having
all
it,
righteousness.
exactly, just having it in the soup, I don't know, it just, you know,
And
makes
then
all that difference.
Our fish.
Okay. And we are going to stir
And I'm going to add
more
a
onions.
little of onions. And then the rest of it is for garnishing.
Yeah. That looks nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to leave that to steam a bit.
Yes.
Okay. Let all that onion flavor and the seasoning cubes that were used earlier on, you know, simmer in properly. You know, taking all that bomo and, you know, the stockfish and dry fish. And okay, so once that is ready, what's next? What's going in next?
So next one is our pepper and
Crayfish. Okay. And then when does the water leaf and the vegetable go in, the ugu?
Oh, the water leaf goes in after the palm oil.
Okay.
After the palm oil, the water leaf goes in. Then we
Okay.
leave it for just few minutes,
Okay.
and then we add our vegetable, and the soup is
Ready. Hey. Remember, guys, when you're working with vegetables, you don't need to leave it for too long on heat. You want to make sure that you want to retain you want to retain that freshness, you want to retain its taste, and most of all, its nutrients. Right. Okay, so we're going to run through the ingredients. If you're just joining us, we are making a dikaikong soup. Right there on your screen are the ingredients. If you missed out on them earlier on, we have Chef Dessler. She's the one making, like, making sure our dikaikong soup comes together pretty nicely. We have our salt, pepper, and for our protein, of course, we are making use of beef, but then you can use cow meat, you can use, we already have cow meat, you can use goat's meat, you can use fish, right?
Yes.
Great. All right.
So now,
what do you want to do? You want to please say something?
Our food is, we
We are making progress.
Yes. So
Fantastic. We have to go on a quick break now, people. It's the top of the hour. You don't want to miss what is coming up next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's definitely still our favorite time of the breakfast television. Welcome again, and thank you for sticking around.
Yes, it's good to have you guys back for another level of fun, a second hour here. And of course, plenty of entertainment still waiting to come your way.
Oh yes, so the second hour has been unlocked, and I can't wait to be a part of it all.
Yes, indeed. Neither can I, actually. I've been looking forward to the second hour. It's also because it's close to the end of the show. No, I'm joking. We love what we do here, and we love everything happening, especially inside of the kitchen where the ladies are, This is beautiful aroma coming from there. Wow, what's going on?
Yes, that's what happened when you're making an ibibio soup. It fills the air. You can feel it even from a mile away, right?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. I'm proudly ibibio. Yeah, I got a rep.
We definitely still have so much more coming up the next 45 minutes. My name is Winfrey Agbaleshe.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal, the best man for the job.
Wow, what happened to best man?
Yeah. In any case, there's still so much happening. You can always remember that you can see us on GOTV if you're watching, you perhaps are doing so already. Channel 16 and of course channel 49 on UHF.
Yes, of course. You can also stream the show live at TVC Entertainment.tv on YouTube and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Now this allows you to watch us anywhere that you might want to go, maybe on your device, or perhaps maybe you should just simply download our app on your device, and then you can have us every single place that you might be going to.
Yes, of course. So much more still to come right here. We have a musical act coming with a performance, Precious Egorebo, popularly known as Pev.
That's a very nice
one.
name.
Yeah, she definitely will be entertaining us later on with her sounds, which happens to be a blend of R&B, soul, and African instrumental, titled Masoina. Looking forward to that one.
Coming up is relationship. Now, and for relationship today, we have Nene Ben Ikechukwu, a certified family life practitioner. She'll be joining us to discuss peer pressure when great. Hey. Finally, also joining us on the couch for a very interesting conversation is going to be, this is going to be very interesting. We have actor who has starred in a handful of Nollywood films, former BB Niger housemate. Bandara will be joining us, and you guys are going to enjoy this conversation. And welcome. It's time for the best segment here for a Wednesday. It's relationship, and we have with us, joining us here, certified family life practitioner Nene Ben Ikechukwu, aka NN Ben. I made that one up just now. You can use it. She's going to be discussing with us peer pressure when grade is just not enough, or it's just not good enough. You're welcome, Nene. First of all,
Thank you very much, Mazino. How are you doing?
I love to hear that back sometimes.
Mazino.
Thank you. Not everybody does that.
Yes.
Take a lesson. Thank you very much, Nene. My mother-in-law calls my daughter Nene. I don't know why. What does that mean?
She's a kindred spirit. She's an old soul. Very, very... Let me just give you a clue.
Okay.
That means she's really, really smart.
Oh, nice. Okay, now I get it. Welcome, Nene.
Thank you very
So,
much.
when grade isn't good enough, is this a finger pointing at how we are never satisfied in relationships? I don't know. You tell me. I might be wrong.
Well, sometimes our best efforts or what we think is best for us sometimes may just be us trying to, deal with some form of pressure or trauma or any kind of experience, actually. But even though it may seem right at the initial instance, but we need to sometimes look back and see what is the driving force or the influence behind decisions that we make. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Now, give us an instance of this. Maybe let's take a couple as an example. Give us an instance that would apply to this topic.
Yeah. So let me give you a very light instance, okay? So sometimes in relationships, we wonder why we always, for instance, want constant reinforcement of our effort. You know, I want you to keep telling me that I'm good. And if anything looks like a criticism, I will challenge it. So in that instance, it may seem, I mean, everybody wants to be told that they're doing the right thing. But if you look at why you always seek validation or seek some form of reinforcement of what you're doing, it could be as a result of some pressure that you have been under, or maybe at work sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, at work, if you always feel like, I actually moved this chair, nobody noticed my effort. Why is that so? Sometimes it could be pressure from, you know, always wanting people to validate you, or even lacking validation sometimes.
That sounds like narcissism. So that means everything we go through outside of our relationship actually has an impact or influences our relationship and how we deal with our partners.
Absolutely.
That could be a bad thing now, couldn't it? It is, in fact.
Well, if you put it at being bad, unconsciously, there are things that we call sponsored thoughts, right? So you may not even know. That's why it's always it's always ideal to be careful of your nuances and expressions. So if you notice some characters in people, you have to find out why they behave the way they do. Sometimes I mean, it's very interesting to know that a lot of things that we do from an unconscious state. So if you, for instance, you're used to driving here every morning, sometimes unconsciously you just do it, you don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. Autopiloting, exactly. That's the same thing with some behavioral patterns that we have. You just find out you're doing it, you don't even know how or why you're doing it.
Let's take a very short break. We're going to come back. I got a series of questions for you regarding this. Do you know now it's still the relationship segment with Nene here with us, and when we come back, we're still going to be talking about when great isn't good enough. To stay tuned. Welcome back. It's still our relationship segment here with Nene Ben in the house, and of course we're talking when good just all right, when great isn't good enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question following from the others. Is this is going to sound like battle of the sexes, but is this a male phenomena, or is this a female phenomenon? I mean, yeah.
Actually, Mazino, it's not gender specific.
It's not gender specific,
Yes,
is it?
yes. Sorry to bust your bubble, but it isn't.
Okay.
It isn't gender specific. Yeah.
Okay.
It can be, you know, experiences are not gender specific. People have different things that make them who they turn out to be.
But as men, we often want to think that it's the women who are always seeking for this kind of attention or validation mostly. We don't see ourselves actually being that one. But like you're saying, yeah, there are points when I have actually noted personally that I'm looking for certain kinds of validation from my wife and I'm not getting it. But how do I, as a person who's seeking for that validation, handle that instance when I'm realizing that perhaps maybe I'm seeking for a bit too much validation? Or how do I handle it when I see that from my partner, that this validation you're asking for, what's your problem now? Am I not loving you enough?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah. So a popular Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, it's intelligence to know others, which is very good. It's good to know your partner. However, it is wisdom to know yourself. So when you are noticing that, I don't want to call it, it's not notice that change or that difference. Always find out or ask yourself, why is this a problem? And how can I deal with it in the best way possible? Because at the end of the day, it's not a competition. Nobody is looking to win in the relationship. When we have a win-win situation, then we have a healthy home, we have a healthy relationship. I'm able to see the good side of you. You know, the problem is most times we are always tilting towards what is not working. Yeah. Yeah. So that's
where you're very correct. I came to that thought recently, where it's like, you can't always have a dispute in a relationship to win, because if you win, that means the partner loses.
Yeah.
So perhaps maybe have conversations where it's based on understanding instead of, I'm trying to make you understand that I need validation and you're not giving it to me.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's still a very difficult compromise to make, especially as African men. Sorry, I called this out there. But yes, now as the African man, what suggestion, what pill would you give to us to swallow when it comes to noting that this is the situation and this is how to accommodate it?
that's where, you know, the pressure, the great part of pressure is. Recently, there was this baseball, I know we don't play baseball here, but yeah, so there was this guy, you know, a Japanese guy that, you know, he's very popular in Japan, and he, you know, they won the WBC, right? And, you know, it's so much impacted on a lot of people. Everyone wants to play baseball. Like the coaches are very impressed with the turnout of people that want to play baseball. That's the same way it is with influence. So as a man or a lady, when you look out, sometimes unconsciously, there are things that, you know, impact you positively. However, in the midst of those things that impact you positively, find yourself so that you're not becoming an imposter or looking at, you know, doing things because this is what everybody is doing. There are right things to do. There are positive people that you can look at. There are different types of influences or pressure. But when you look at the positive aspect of it, look for things that, you know, you can draw from as opposed to copy from. Yeah.
Why is validation such a big issue, though? Why is it such a big factor in relationships? If I subtract validation, is my relationship still wholesome?
That's a very good question, Mazino.
Oh, thank you very much.
So when you, it's just like you coming to the studio and your hair is not combed.
Oh dear, I've got my comb right here.
Yeah, so how would you feel if everybody's
Very awkward.
staring? You feel awkward,
Yeah.
right? And that's the same thing. Unconsciously, we seek validation. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but beyond the validation you seek from outside, validate yourself. Yeah, validate
Starts
yourself
inside.
so it just complements what you believe in yourself. Yeah,
That gives you the confidence. to go on.
exactly.
It's the foundation, actually.
Exactly.
I can't put it any better. Thank you very much, Nene. It's
Thank
always
you,
such
Mazino.
an interesting pleasure to have you on, and I'm
Thank you.
hoping that we're going to still have you on again and have more conversations on this, because
Absolutely.
I think we need to learn more love. It's the word I preached this morning, and of course you do too.
Thank you.
Alrighty, do stay tuned because we have DIY, do it yourself. Yes, DIY coming your way. This one's going to be very, very interesting. I think we have Titi on standby already. He's going to be telling us all about what we have for today. Titi, what are we expecting?
Thank you, Mazino. And we have Oyin Onorinde here again. She is from Ewa Beauty Store, and she's going to be showing us something great. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Titi.
So what are we making today?
Today we're going to be making diffusing blends with essential oils.
Diffusing blends. So this is like a home diffuser? Or?
Right. Home diffusers.
Okay.
And we're going to be making use of harimas, you know, that has therapeutic benefits, which is derived from plant extract.
Okay.
That helps to treat and relieves your body and your mind.
All right. So maybe you just want to perfume your home nicely,
Right.
and you don't want to have to go out and buy those really expensive diffusers. Now, I can tell you they can be very, very high priced when you go out to
Right.
buy them. So it's interesting to learn I can do it myself. What do we need to begin?
Okay, so we're going to be doing two types. We're going to be doing the one that uses water.
Okay.
And the reed diffuser.
Okay, so this is
So-
the one I know everyone knows.
Right.
So this is the type that you see, you know, on an average in
On
many
average in your
homes.
spaces,
Let's
in
see
your
if they can
office,
see that.
right.
So what do I need? What are the ingredients I need to make it?
Okay, so it's very easy to make, and we're going to be using our oils, we're going to be using our essential oils,
Okay.
and we're going to be using a bit of alcohol.
All right.
So all these blends are things that I've used over time,
Okay.
and they actually helps, you know, in relieving you from, let's say you're coming from, you've been stressed from the day, and let's say in your bathroom spaces, in your kitchen spaces, and you need something to just relieve you from
Yeah.
the stress. So this actually does a lot of wonders.
All right. I know people are ready to learn now. Let's talk measurements. What is this and how much of it do we need?
So this is rose hip seed oil.
Rose hip seed oil. Is this
Right.
readily available in the market?
Yes, it's readily available. And
Okay.
if you need any help in finding any one of them, you can just let us know.
So how much of it do I need?
We need 1 tablespoon of.
Okay, 1 table. Is this a tablespoon?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
but you can
this
use
is a
both.
tablespoon measuring cup. How important is the measuring?
It's actually important. You know, that's what they call diffuser ratio
Okay.
in cosmetics. So if you are doing something very small, you need to follow all these measurements so you don't go overboard. So we're going to be doing alcohol. We're going to be using this spoon.
Okay.
So we'll just be doing a quarter
A
teaspoon.
quarter of a teaspoon.
Right.
Okay.
So we're doing a quarter teaspoon.
Quarter teaspoon
Right.
of alcohol. This is a mentholated spirit,
Yes.
right?
It's also called isopropyl alcohol, and
Okay.
this is 99% isopropyl alcohol.
Okay.
So, and then we're going to be adding our essential oils.
We have quite a few of them here. Which ones are we using?
Okay, so I will do my oak moss and amber.
Oak, moss, and amber.
Right.
So I have to ask again, are these readily available in the market?
Yes, they're readily available. I mean, there's so many skincare companies that sell things like these, and you could order online.
So how much of this do I need?
Five drops.
5 drops?
Yes.
1, 2, 3,
Four,
4,
five.
5.
Right.
Okay.
So
5 drops.
5 drops. We'll do tangerine.
Tangerine.
Essential oil.
Okay.
We'll do 5 drops of tangerine essential oil.
Okay, so that's 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
And then we'll do lang lang.
Yang yang.
Yeah,
Or is it lang lang?
it's lang lang.
It starts with a YL.
Yes.
Lang lang. Is it an oil or an essence?
It's an essence.
How many drops?
5 drops.
1, 2, 3. Oh,
It's fine.
4. One more.
4,
5. Okay.
So we're gonna be mixing. So
All right.
remember, if you're doing something like this, you need to sanitize your equipment or your bowls. So, and this is the consistency that you're gonna have when you're done with this.
Looks
it looks
not
like
so
this.
thick, not so loose.
Right.
Funny enough, looks quite loose. So after this, what happens next?
So after this, then we can, if you have like an old container, you know,
Or bottle?
an old bottle
okay.
of diffuser, you could just, you know, pour them into the diffuser.
All right, let me see if I can do that. I think I have steady
and if you
hands.
want to upscale, you know, you just do the mats.
So it's 5 drops so far that we used, and then we use 1 tablespoon of
1 tablespoon
rose
of
hip,
rose hip oil.
and then a
A
quarter.
quarter teaspoon of alcohol.
Okay.
And
Okay, so it's in the bottle now.
essential oils. And then you put your reeds
Inside?
inside, and you're good to go.
Really? I don't have to add anything else to this?
No, you don't. And you can use water because water and oils do not mix.
Okay,
so
sure.
You can upscale and you just do the mats, and you're good to go with your essential oils, feeling refreshed and happy.
Okay. It actually has a very nice scent.
Yes.
And
Do you like
that's
this one?
even without even
Even-
doing anything. I've not
Right.
touched the reeds or, you know,
Yes.
anything like that. But then you brought this type of diffuser. Now, I've been seeing this on Instagram.
Right.
It looks like something people that have a lot of money normally have in their house.
Right. So there are some that comes with battery, and there are some that, you know, you have to plug. Some are
Okay.
electronic. And
So if I have this mix, can I use it in here?
no, you can't use this mix here because this has oil.
Okay.
And oil and water
Don't
not
mix. So how do you mix
So
this one?
if we're doing this, we just we do water and just our essential oils.
Okay.
We won't be adding the rose hip oil.
So what's
in
the
water.
measurement for this one?
So we will do 200 ml.
Okay.
So
200 ml
Yes.
straight into the.
straight into the diffuser.
Okay.
So we'll do 200
Like
ml.
that?
And then we're going to be doing something for the kitchen. We're going to be doing blends for the kitchen. So if you want your kitchen smelling nice, you know, refreshed and hygienic, so you could try some of these blends. And this is rosemary essential oil.
Okay, rosemary.
So we will
like
do-
rosemary, that's an herb, right?
Yes, it's an herb.
It's
from
an herb.
plants.
Okay.
It's being diffused from plants, rosemary plants.
How many drops
So
do
we'll
I
do
need?
5 drops.
5 drops.
1,
2,
3,
4, 5.
5.
Okay.
So
There are quite a few other oils here. I can
Right.
see bergamot.
yes, we'll do bergamot. So
okay.
we'll do 2 drops of bergamot essential oil.
Just 2.
yes.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
And then we'll do 2 drops of our lemon essential oil.
I believe that's this one.
Yes, it's this one.
Okay.
So
So I can't use actual lemon from my kitchen for this, can I? Or do I have to use the essential oils?
well, you could try that. I mean, you could
Because I know that the oil is basically extracted from,
extracted from
the skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
All right. So once I have that,
So once you have that, you plug on and then
Cover it up?
fill up your spaces
and then
kitchen.
imagine smoke. or rather steam coming out of here.
Right.
And all the fragrance going around your kitchen. I have to say a big thank you to you, Oyin Onoride from Ewa Beauty Store here, showing us some really great DIY tips for fragrancing our homes. Look at some of the ingredients. You are seeing the measurements there. Of course, you can scale up.
Yes, you can scale up
if you want more.
if you want more, right? That's correct.
And all these ingredients are available. Of course, you should check her out on social media, and she'll be dropping some more tips and information right there. All right, let's head over for a quick break and be back with more.
Oh, wow.
Lift you. And finally, join us on the couch for a very interesting and up close and personal conversation. We have a very sweet girl. I like to see her. She definitely is a former Big Brother Niger housemate, alongside other things, entrepreneur, actor, and so much more. If you'd like to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's present to you the Vandora herself in the studio. Good to have you here.
Hello.
I finally get to meet you in person. And it's the first time I'm noticing that you actually have just one dimple.
Just one, just
It's
one.
my OCD. My OCD wants everything like in pairs.
Oh, shame. God doesn't work with your OCD.
Good to have you here. Welcome.
Yes.
Grant, you people seem to like already say, I'm just going to leave you guys to have. Okay, I'll stay.
Okay.
Only because you insist.
Wow. Who's insisting? Anyways, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria again. You look amazing, adorable. Okay, so now tell me, I mean, it's been a while, Big Brother Nigeria, season 3, 2018, 19, and all of that. So that experience, right? What was it like for you at that time?
Okay. So I would say that at that time, right, I was 23. I just got back into Nigeria. I had a job, and then I lost it because apparently I was basically too white. I was fighting for my rights too much.
Really?
You forgot you were in Nigeria.
I didn't know. So I got fired, then a friend was like, oh, let's go for this thing. So I had no idea what I was going for. So I was completely myself in auditions, which can be quite aggressive and rash and like, so
Really?
yeah, like when you ask me a direct question, be prepared for a direct answer. That's the kind of person I kind of was at that time. So I would say the whole experience for me was basically looking in the mirror. That's what Big Brother forces you to do because you have nothing but yourself. And as much as other people think, oh, we are watching because they're judging me, no, you're judging yourself and then you're projecting most of the time.
Wow.
That's what it's like. So that's what the experience in the house for me personally was like.
That's the most educated anybody has actually expressed their experience from the Big Brother house that I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
You know. Now, you talk about it like as if it was a former person, like as if there's a different person now. You were a bit too woke then. Now you've succumbed to Nigeria. Is that what you're saying?
Nigeria is suppressed.
You've been suppressed.
I don't think that is it, honestly. What I think happened was, how do I put it? Beggars can't be choosers.
Ooh.
So if I want to live here, I need to, when in Rome, act like a Roman. It doesn't mean that I don't know better, I want to do better, but I think you need to achieve a certain level of power in order to do things differently. So then bow your head down and, do what you need to do till you're in that seat. That's what I think.
Interesting. What was this job you had from before? What were you?
Okay, so I was like, I've forgotten. In Nigeria, they give you like a lot of titles. Just say it was basically creative head for a brand.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so now since Big Brother till now, a lot has definitely happened. I think part of it, or I think very importantly, is the fact that you literally, the title, or rather, the way you saw yourself then, literally changed from the way you see yourself now. So now, what has it been? What have you been up to all that period? Personally, self-discovery, work, and all of that.
Okay, so I definitely am adventurous. So I tried a lot of different things. I did not hold myself from doing that, but there's also time for isolation. So as much as I went to all the parties, all the events, whether I took pictures or not, I was going for fun. I was enjoying myself. So yeah, I ventured into different things: acting, hosting, entertainment, like music, was rapping. Like at some point, I did. Trust me.
Really?
Like, yes, and I still do it sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Don't be shocked.
If I ask you to bust a freestyle now.
I can't.
Wait. Could we? Can you? Will you?
I'm
Do us
not-
a very short one.
Why did I say that?
That's what you say you can't. Not me.
I got shy just. Was it?
Okay. All right. We'll let you do that. Perhaps maybe at the end where you collected a few verses together.
Okay, there we
But
go.
let's talk about fame as it applies to everybody who's been in a reality show, show
Okay.
from before. And the fact that what reality show celebrities have as currency is visibility, is
Yeah.
also fame. And they do a lot to actually keep themselves inside of that box there to make sure that they're in people's faces all the time. Has that been an advantage for you or a disadvantage? Because we've heard of other Big Brother stars or celebrity or reality TV stars who have come to complain about the fact that it's a bit too much pressure and it's affected them adversely. Is that the same with you?
I will say that everybody has like a different experience depending on where they were in life as it happened to them. So now I would say it happened to me because you're in a space where you don't know what is going on. So you walk in a normal person and leave somebody that people expect. Your bank account hasn't changed, by the way. So you're still the same person. And even if everybody feels like they know you, you don't really understand that that is what has happened. Well, in my case, I went around my day like normal. I went to the market. Like I was doing things so averagely. Like I just went to a competition. I didn't win. I went back to my life. That's how my brain processed it.
You didn't manage to gather a cult of people?
I was distant from that because I was
Vandorans,
like,
for instance?
Who was this? Vandorian.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
I was like, who was this? No, please, I beg. I'm facing my life. I have things that I had to do, I had to take care of, and things that I wanted to focus on at the time. So it didn't occur to me at like, oh, you have to be this person or this pressure. So honestly, at first, personally, I didn't feel any pressure. What the pressure I felt was the pressure I had before I left, the things that I wanted to do, the things I wanted to achieve.
The life of Vandora.
You know, so it took me that year, maybe after reunion was when I realized like, okay, what do you want to do with this thing? Are you going to waste it? Is it there for fun? You know, because when you're in different environments, when you step out of that place, there are certain protocols that are in place for people like you. You know, the people that put you on tend to want to put you in certain places or put you in certain lights. But in Nigeria, you're kind of left to your own devices. So if you're not prepared or you don't know or you're not informed, you tend to just do things any way which you would like.
Amazing. Okay, so now coming into your own person, you definitely have a number of projects going, like coming out on the 8th. I know on the 8th of May, you definitely launched something that has taken a while, but we're glad that it's finally here. We're talking about
It is the 8th today, isn't it?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
The clock thing?
Yeah, the clock thing, sorry.
So Vandy Vibes, now tell us about that one.
Okay, so Vandy Vibes was a project I had in mind to shoot. It was a show about places to go and things to do. And I wanted to shoot it in a lifestyle format, which is what is, which is what resonates with my audience, you know? So I wanted to go to different places in Lagos, whether with my kind of vibe, in terms of like the way I like to live my life.
Life as a soft baby girl. Yeah, that's kind
The way I like to live my life, and I thought to show it, and I thought it would be a good forum to get myself in that space. Okay. So basically, if you want to launch anything new, whether it be from events to apartments to food, to adventurous places, call me. I'll be there. Yes.
What was the experience like shooting that?
Oh my God.
On that production.
Yes, it was.
What was it? What were the high points for you?
I think honestly, starting was very, very scary to me because this is something that I held dear to my heart, and showing the world your insides is not a very easy thing to do. I think it takes courage and bravery because you just want to go around, like you just want to go normally. So trying to do something new and different and doesn't really have a format yet. You two, you're still figuring it out. Was really, really, intense for me. But the whole process, all I would say is that I was grateful throughout because I had like people that really wanted to be around me. Do you understand? They really wanted to work with me. It was a really calm, nice environment. Even things were happening, they were trying to sort it out. So it was I feel very grateful for the team that I had.
Oh, amazing.
Wow. Where can we see it? Where and when can we see it?
Okay, so you can see it on YouTube for now.
Okay.
I will expand my places later, but for now it's on YouTube.
It's your own channel.
Yes,
yeah?
on
What's
my
your
own
channel called?
Vandora. Vandora everywhere.
Vandora that's it.
Vandora everywhere.
Vandora everywhere sounds really good. Applause goes with Vandy Vibes because you're going everywhere. I give people some.
Get I love it.
Okay, so now we definitely can't look at you and overlook the fact that you have really nice skin.
Yes.
And I would say, okay, fine, we have to credit that to something.
Yes.
Be careful, though. You're giving her an idea to go into skin line now.
I'm
Oh,
already doing it.
She's
Nice
already
segue. Nice.
So tell us a little bit about the skincare thing you have.
Okay, so skincare is something that I've always wanted to do. In fact, I wanted to do it for men at first because I thought, why are you guys lacking? Like, this is such an experience. Why don't you want it? You know? But then women, for business purposes, are the first to, you know, it's a new brand. They are the ones that you will hit first. My skincare is all about making women enjoy. Women always tend to give. That's our nature, to give. And I think our time is when we can just sit back and take care of ourselves. That's when we give to ourselves. So I wanted to be part of that process.
So like the brand is extra
Skin Pure.
extra skin.
Sorry.
Extra pure.
Extra pure skin. I say it all the time.
Rope tie good tie.
Extra pure.
Extra pure skin. That's fantastic.
Amazing.
So, can I employ your service, Vandy Vibes?
Yes.
I would like to come and launch our breakfast.
So you take us to the kitchen.
Okay, I
Show
love
us
food.
how the food
Exactly, coming over.
All right.
Welcome to the kitchen, Vandora.
Vandy Vibes in the
This
house.
is Chef Dessler.
Have you not had enough?
This is Chef Dessler, and this morning she made for you semo and edikai kong soup.
Give it to me.
I know, right?
It smells so good.
It does actually. So
We'd like for you to try it out.
Okay, yeah, that's what it looks like.
we just want to
Looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Enjoy.
That's the African style there.
So I wouldn't use a fork normally.
Yeah.
I'm just
But we're on TV.
a big scoop.
So soft.
Chef, you want to tell us what is in the meal?
We have in
It
there
looks really good.
protein,
And I have to say your dress looks
water
lovely
leaf,
today as well.
and we have
Love the color.
cow skin, which is momo, and the stockfish inside there with palm oil, pepper.
I tried to.
I can see what you want. You want that pomo in your...
Careful.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Success.
Yes. You can still go, yes.
First, we need to hear your verdicts. What do you think about it? Love it? Like it?
Is it yes?
Want to take it home? All of the above.
That's it. It's really.
Well done, Chef Dessler. Well done. And thank you so much, Vandora.
Yes, sir.
It's
It's been an amazing day so far.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it has. And we have to go now, people. Hope you have a beautiful day.
See you again tomorrow, 7 a.m., y'all. Bye.